your girl was like going through a little midlife crisis, like a young girl crisis, because I didn't know where I was supposed to be going or where I was gonna end up at. And at this point in my life, like,
pray on me, so pray for me. Tick, tick, wait on me.
hey Spice Squad, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, go on, press that red subscribe button down below and press the bell so you don't miss a thing your girl posts. Welcome. If this is your first time, my name is Nielle. Become a part of my squad. Gang, we spicy, we lit, and we turn up, okay? Alright, y'all, so y'all might be wondering, like, why does she have on this dressy top and this hat? Like, where is she going? What is she doing? Well, first things first, I had work meetings today, so I had to be work attire ready, you know, quarantine style, just halfway up, because down the bottom, your girl got on her jammies, okay? And I have this hat on because, you know, I'm just a little down about my trips being canceled, so I thought I'd bring some spice to the channel and wear my little petty hat. Y'all know I love hats, but this is just giving me some like style, some like travel vibes. And yeah, one of my trips got canceled yesterday, guys. I'm rebooking it, so I'm not telling y'all where I was going, but super sad it got canceled. But I know it's all for safety, and I know this was already predetermined. God is not allowing us to go on this trip for a reason. It's so crazy because the end of last year, when I was like mapping out all my trips, I was like trying to map out all my vacation days, and I literally was stressing to my mom like, oh my god, I'm not gonna have enough vacation days. I'm not gonna have enough vacation days for next year. Like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And God was like, oh no honey, you're not gonna stress about that. We're just gonna, you know, pandemic's gonna be going on. I'm gonna cancel all that anyway, so you're stress free, sis. But whatever. I am here today. You guys seen the title, and I say, like, you know, I change my mind too. Like, we change our minds all the time. So I had one of my subscribers reach out to me, and they basically just want to get a little more into my personal life. You guys want to become closer to me, and like, y'all know we friends. Like, y'all my sisters, y'all my bros. Like, we the squad, gang, and the gang knows about the gang, right? So I just want to like put y'all in on some things, like a little bit about my journey, where I thought I was gonna be, where I am now, and where I plan to be, and some of like the speed bumps along the way, and some things that like I changed my mind about, and some different paths that I took, I did not take, or I chose to take, or what led me here, what led me there. Okay, so I am talking about this one because, like I said, had a subscriber reach out to me, really just want to get personal and really want to know a little bit more about me. And I also believe like me telling you about me and the reasons why I changed my minds, the things that have happened to me, it can help you, it can help someone else, it can help the person next to you, it can help the person that you're gonna meet in the future. You never know. So we're just gonna get right up into it, okay? So growing up, I always wanted to be like a pediatrician, a doctor, or a surgeon. Like, I went through those three things. One, because blood does not freak me out. Like, I love like looking, like, not that I love looking, but it doesn't freak me out like looking at blood, looking at cuts, looking at needles. And Grey's Anatomy is one of my favorite shows. Like, if you haven't watched it, binge watch it on Netflix. It's the perfect time to watch it. Love it. Love. Like, I don't get squeamish. I don't throw up. I don't gag. Like, I like looking at that stuff. And I'm like, if I could look at that kind of stuff, like, that would be kind of cool to do when I get older. Also, being a doctor, anywhere in the doctor medical field, like, I was going to get ka-ching. Like, I was going to get paid, honey. I was going to make those dollars. So it really was about the dollars. And then I was like, oh, I should just do a surgeon because I'm not scared of, like, blood and stuff like that. But I got into college, and those biology classes, those science classes, they was not me, sis. Like, they was not my thing. And I'm glad I found that out freshman year, because I switched my major. I had my bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor in criminal justice. Those were definitely my fields, because when you're going to college, when you're applying to college, while you're in college, you want to go into the classroom and you want to be interested in what you're learning. You're paying for your education. You're not going there because you have to be there. Like, you have to go through kindergarten to senior year. You have to go through that. You can get in trouble. Your parents can get in trouble. College is a choice. That's a choice you make, and it's not for everybody. So when you're going there and you're paying for it, you're gonna have loans for it, or even if you got a scholarship, like, you still don't have to be there. So when you're there, you want to be there. So you want to like what you're learning. So I had to figure out what I liked learning. I went into the psychology class, and then I had a criminal justice class where I learned about like different, like, I heard stories about like prostitutes. I heard stories about people with schizophrenia, multi-personality disorders, and they were like real life people, not like the movie Split. and maybe a little bit like How to Get Away with Murder. That's one of my shows too. I'm like on an ABC kick with the shows right now. But anyway, like, you want to make sure you like what you're learning. So those were the majors that I went into, right? So around this time, I'm changing my mind about what I want to do when I get out of college. What do I want to do? Like, that doctor stage is over. So now I'm in a state of confusion. But that's normal. It's okay. I was in college thinking I had to have it all figured out. Like, I needed to know what my next plans are. Especially with me being an organized freak, planner freak. Like, I needed to have my life planned out. And at this part in life in college, your girl was like going through a little midlife crisis, like a young girl crisis, because I didn't know where I was supposed to be going or where I was gonna end up at. And at this point in my life, like, I knew God, but like, I didn't know that it was God aligning my path at the time. But it comes full circle and I figured that out. But I'm saying this to say, like, I didn't have him to refer back to. I'm just all about Nael. Nael talking to Nael about, like, what am I gonna do? This isn't gonna, like, how do I figure this out without stressing out? Like, what am I gonna do, right? Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. And then I also want to tell y'all about how I'm 26 right now. In my head, I am supposed to be married, getting married this year, working on having my first kid, because at 25, like, if you get married at 25 or younger, you're most likely gonna get a divorce. That was like statistics. Listen, I had this whole fairy tale figured out. I was getting married at 26 because I didn't want to run into the statistic at 25. But then again, at that point, I didn't know God. I didn't know how all this worked. And I still don't. I'm still figuring it out. Supposed to be working on having kids after we get married, traveling the world, building my house with my husband and all of that. Like, I'm supposed to be doing all of that, supposed to be happening this year. But what I realized, and also since I'm watching Relationship Goals Reloaded, it like brought it full circle too. We have this imaginary list, whether it's imaginary, whether you have it in your notes, whether you have it in a journal. We have this list of how we want our lives mapped out. On Relationship Goals Reloaded by Michael Todd, he writes about having your like dream man and your husband or your woman and what you want in your guy and how your relationship status and all that's supposed to go. But we also have this for like our life. Some of us anyway. I know I did. I had my life planned out, mapped out. I had to rip my list, tear it up, and I talk about this a lot too. I feel like I reference this a lot. It's not about our list. It's not about our plan. It's about God's plan. And that's on period. Like, think about it. All my plans that I had planned out were from the past, and I didn't have God in the middle of them. Like, I wasn't working on having my plan and my life journey. I wasn't worried about that being aligned with what God had for me, like, at all. Like, at all. Like, it was about what Nael wanted, how Nael wanted to work out, statistics here, statistics that, what I wanted it to look like. No, it's about what God wants it to look like, what he has aligned for your life and your purpose, like, period. And I wasn't thinking about my purpose back then. I always knew I wanted to help people, though. Always knew I wanted to help people. Like, even like being a doctor, I wanted to be a pediatrician. Like, I wanted to help kids. I wanted to help people. I knew that I worked well with other people. I knew that I could talk to other people. I knew that I had a light inside of me. I didn't know exactly that it was my light, but I knew I had something inside of me that worked well with other people. I just didn't know how to work it all the way. Okay, so fast forward through college, right? I graduate. I don't know what I'm doing at this time. Yeah, like, all right, I need to get like a real job. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts for like a long time. Love Dunkin' Donuts. Like, appreciate everything Dunkin' Donuts did for me, because listen, it shaped your girl. I worked there for like ever, all through high school, all through college. They worked with your girl. Love Dunkin' Donuts. Shout out to y'all. Gang gang. So from there, I'm like, but I need a new job. I need benefits. I need PTO. I need overtime. Like, I need like a real job. So I wasn't at that time even thinking about like what my career was going to be. I applied to Comcast. I got hired at Comcast. But then, God be working, y'all. God be working. I had gave my resume to a family friend. They gave it to the company called Habitat for Humanity. And first of all, like, it took them forever to reach out to me. So I'm thinking like, oh, that's a lost cause. I got a job at Comcast. But then I got a call from this wonderful lady telling me to come in for an interview. Long story short, I got hired at Habitat and I was a family services coordinator. Did not know much about the company. Like, it was this Christian nonprofit organization. I knew like the scope of it. Like, they build houses, they do this, they do that. But I did not know like what they stood for, what their morals were, and what their vision was. And got in there and listen, changed your girl life. Habitat, working at Habitat, so many doors were open in the sense of like, that's where like I began my faith journey. I got closer to God. I met my spiritual and godly and blessed friends and family, like my church home. Like, I did my first big orientation with like the biggest crowd of people like I ever had to talk to, super nervous, at Seeds of Greatness. Like, that's my church. That's where I did my first speech. And I wasn't even going to Seeds of Greatness at the time. I just had to go to this place and like I had to do this, and it was just like, wow. Look at that. Look at God. Okay, so still, like, why I'm at Habitat for Humanity, it's like, I don't know, like, what I want to do with my life. Like, so I re-enroll in school. I start my master's degree. I get my master's in management with a concentration in HR, just because I know I want to work with people, around people, and the degree is very universal. Just like psychology is very universal, like, those skills are universal skills that you can use almost everywhere. They're multi-dimensional, which is a really great aspect, but sometimes kind of hard because it's like vague on like what you want to pinpoint and where you want to be at and stuff as far as your career and work life. So after working for Habitat for Humanity, I get hired at a university and I start working in the higher education system, and loved working in higher ed. I was a recruiter and coordinator, like both in one, and I thought like higher education was where I wanted to be. And like, I never know, like it might be something I want to revisit, but I love being in higher education. I started thinking about getting my doctorate's degree because I always, I'm like, since I'm not gonna be like a technical like doctor or like in a medical field type of doctor, I want to have DR in front of my name. Like, I need to be a DR Spicer. Call me Dr. Slicer. And so I really started looking into like what I can get my doctorates in as far as like education wise and higher you know, I'm around a lot of people that are like doctor this, doctor that, like, oh, it needs to be a Dr. Spicer. But that's what I wanted to do. I didn't know if that's what God wanted me to do or what he had planned for my life. Granted, it'll definitely, like, having doctor in front of my name will definitely open up a lot more doors. It might get me into rooms that I might not be able to get into just now. But it's like, that's me thinking, like, God can get me into any door that he allows to open. He has doors open. I just have to walk through them. There are people talking about me in rooms that I haven't even been in yet, that I don't even know. Like, there are people saying my name, bringing up my name, that I have no idea about. And those are doors that I have to get through. And it doesn't matter what you have in front of your name, whether it's MS, whether it's PhD this or doctor this, like, that doesn't matter. But I didn't know that back then. And I still didn't know a couple years ago. Like, I'm thinking, like, I need to have doctor in front of my name. I need to have doctor in front of my name. But no, like, I don't have to. So I'm just taking y'all through the motions of things like going on in my head and how I like analyze them, go back and forth, and like come to a conclusion of basically I need to just chill out, not get so overwhelmed in my thoughts, not get so overwhelmed about what other people are doing. Listen, comparison is evil. Like, comparison is like the devil. You do not want to compare your life to somebody else's life. You don't want to look at them and think like, why am I not there? Like, it's okay if we're not where we thought we would be at. Like, that's okay. Like, maybe we're not supposed to be there yet. And it's like, dang, like, I see them, like, she has a husband, she has kids, like, dang, that's where I wanted my life to be right now. No. And my pastor is preaching on this now, so crazy. He's talking about being content. You have to be content where you are. Whether you're single, you need to be content where you are. You need to be happy where you are. Like, if you're not happy where you are right now, if you're not happy with yourself, like, you're not going to be happy with someone else. Someone else can't bring you happiness. Like, you have to be happy with yourself. You have to be happy where you are. If you're not happy in the season that you're in, you're going to stay stuck in that season for a while. And if you force yourself out, it's probably not going to work out. Okay? Saying all this to say that where I would like to go and where I see myself going is honestly wherever it is, just being a light. I know that I have to bring light, I have to bring positivity, I have to bring encouragement, inspiration to wherever I go. And I need to continue to just focus on that, because it's like, I know like that is a part of my purpose, like being bright, being a light, encouraging and inspiring. And I want to just stick to that wherever I go. Like, I don't know exactly where I need to go. I just know that I'm like following God, and I'm just praying and trying to make sure that what I want is also what he wants for me, so I know that it's aligned. If it's what I want and I know that's what he wants for me, I know it's gonna work out. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but he gonna figure it out, and I'm just gonna follow his lead. Where I wanted to be, I wanted to be a doctor. Where I am, but right now, like, I'm working with a corporate company with interns and college students, graduates, and it's kind of like that education factor, like where I was at. But now in the corporate world, I am using my degrees that I've accomplished. Thank God, because a lot of students come out of college and they're not even using their degrees, and it sucks because we put all that money out. Most people put all this money out. Most people are in a lot of debt because of school and they don't even get to use their degree. So that's a blessing within itself, okay? I am using my degree where I wanted to be. I wanted to be married. I wanted to be married now. I wanted to be moving into my dream home. I'm not married. I'm single and content. I am not in my dream home, but I'm in a home of my own that I did not know that I would be happening. But yeah, so God has kept me. He continues to keep me. I have lacked nothing through this quarantine and through my life. I've lacked nothing, and he continues to open revolving doors. Like, he continues to open so many doors and bless me with so much, and I'm super thankful and super humble, and I can't be more grateful. Like, so I went through this whole spill. This might have seemed like a rant, but just to tell you guys, like, I've changed my mind throughout it all. I've changed my mind with different careers and different job opportunities. I've changed my mind as far as like how my lifestyle is, what my lifestyle should look like. I've changed content on my social media, things I've used to do, things I won't even do now, I won't even look twice at. I've changed who I'm always surrounded by. I've changed who I talk to and how I talk to them. I've changed the way I handle situations, and I've changed so much, and it's okay. Like, I'm here to say it's okay to change your mind. Like, I'm not gonna get real deep into relationships, but it's okay to leave the person that you've been with for forever. Like, if they're not for you, they're not for you. It's okay to leave. Especially if you're not married, it's okay to leave. Like, it's okay. Rip up the list of what you thought that person was gonna be like. Rip up the list of what you thought your life was gonna look like. Rip up the list of where you think you should be right now. Like, it's okay. Like, I remember this meme that I used to see all the time. It was like, Oprah became a millionaire at this age, or Oprah began her talk show at this age, and this person at this age, this person, all these like wealthy people started stuff late in their life where we would think like, oh my god, my time is past, I'm 30 years old, oh my god, like, I'm never gonna be anything in life, I'm never gonna make it here, I'm never gonna accomplish this. Like, no, you can always start over. Like, don't get comfortable. I know so many people that are comfortable, but if you're comfortable but you know your potential can take you sky high, you know your potential is all the way here, like, get uncomfortable, step out, like, do it, just do it. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, just do it. Like, take that step to just do it. You've been feeling lazy and this pandemic has just ruined your motivation. Get out of it. Get out the funk. Like, get out the funk and just do it. Listen, like, I have a, so as far as like future, something I didn't mention, as far as me like being a bright light, blah blah blah, I want to retire at 40. I do. Like, I would love to retire at 40, not have to work for someone, and just like have my own business up and popping. But that's something I still need to pray on and talk to God about, because maybe he doesn't want me retiring at 40. Like, maybe there's a lot that he has for me to do that I can't be retired for yet. But that's something like that I'm working towards. Like, I want to be retired. So I'm looking into investments and investing money so that I can retire at that age. And it's definitely possible. Like, I know people and have people around me that have retired at 40. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I feel like I did a lot of ranting, but this video was just to tell you that you can change your mind. If you're not where you think you should be or you want to be, it's okay. Like, the world is not ending, and everybody goes through it. Like, nobody's life is what it looks like on Instagram. Like, solely that. Like, nobody's life is all highs. Nobody's life is perfect. Like, we're perfectly imperfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. Like, we're all imperfect. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to encourage someone, lift someone up, and just like change somebody's mindset. Because listen, it's okay to change your mind. I change my mind all the time. Things are gonna change. Your life isn't gonna be a straight, smooth sailing path. No, it's gonna be some bumps, it's gonna be some turns, it's gonna be some curves, there's gonna be some drops, there's gonna be some highs. And as long as we are just living in our purpose and being the best us that we can be, then what more can people ask for? Okay? So make sure you're content, make sure you're happy, and doing what you love. Because most of the time, if you're doing something that you love and brings pure happiness and joy to you and the ones around you, that's most likely you working towards your purpose. I know a lot of people struggle with their purpose, me included, and trying to figure out what that is and how to like accomplish that. But as long as it's making you happy, bringing you joy, bringing the ones around you joy, you're on the right path, baby. Okay? Alright, y'all. So, still in this pandemic. I always say this, stay safe, social distance, wash your hands, sanitize, follow your state's rules and regulations, okay? It's not that hard, guys. Gotta say that to myself, too. Remember to be the light wherever you go, because wherever you go, the light shall follow. Love you guys so much.